Welcome back, and this week we're coming back for episode 10 of Isle of Dread. After our successful raid of the dragon Velvantis, the party has returned to the camp of the Rakasta for some time of rest and recovery, and for planning, for as they decide to travel further into the island and finally reach their destination of reaching the high plateau. They will be spending a week with the Rakasta to rest and to, like I said, to plan. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through each person and kind of decide, what have you been doing for the last week? And then kind of roll into today's game. So the big thing is that they just defeated the Dragon Velvantis. The game is going to pick up back at the Rakasta camp. Where there's much celebration of the few surviving Rakasta from the previous raid that the dragon had done, leaving the Rakasta completely devastated. And the few survivors rallied, met up with the party, went, and they did the deed. They slew the dragon. So the last week they have been in town. They've been cleaning and skinning the dragon, and there's been a huge celebration. And some of the things that are happening is that the swamp is finally starting to abate. It's starting to pull back and withdraw, and nature is beginning to reclaim some of the area. But it is a very slow process to remove the stench and the foulness of this black dragon. So during this week, one thing that the Rakasta have been doing as they've been skinning and cleaning the black dragon Velvantis, they have been crafting items for the champions. Both Glendon and McGrundon were gifted with breastplates that were fashioned from the scales of Velvantis. They are now wearing those, and mechanically they are +1 breastplates. Also, bracers of defense were created with the scales, and that was given to Finn. So those are some of the items that they have created. The skull of the dragon itself was cleaned and was placed on the mast of their ship as a trophy and as a warning to everyone not to mess with them, because this is a team of dragon slayers, and proud of it. So now, as we begin moving into the game, we're going to go and talk to Finn. Finn, what have you been doing for the last week as you're resting and recovering in the Rakasta camp?
The first thing I wanted to do was explore this village that they inhabit, because we gathered earlier that this was not their original place. So I wanted to get an idea, try to find some books or something for knowledge for our patron, Vorik. Try to find something, find out what happened to the people that used to be here. I'm also going to use my new level 6 ability, Shadow Step, to kind of get used to it and move around the place and get up to the high points and look for. I'm going to do a lot of investigating, because this is a very ornate and intricate place, and I have a feeling there might be secrets here. So Perfect. I'm going to spend my time.
So, on the first thing that you want to do, as you have been spending time trying to find, books or scrolls, one thing you do find is that there is one person here who has been collecting the history of the region, and that is the Mother Abina. This is the older female that y'all met, kind of the stately mother, the matriarch, if you would, of the camp. And she is the one who is a proponent of everyone just packing up and leaving to different lands, and she was interested in maybe following suit and trying to find the lost tribe, the lost Rakasta tribe that had left centuries ago. From your investigating, you found that she has a hut off the side of this giant tree where she has collected a lot of this information as kind of the historical account of what happened with that lost tribe.
Now, can she read the writing here?
Yes, but you cannot speak to her, because you don't speak the same language.
So I don't know the language that's in the books.
No, you've just been kind of picking up things, asking Volo. So it's in a strange language that you don't understand, but Vorix might.
So I'm going to, through Volo, ask her if the general idea of the books, like what they tell.
She speaks of a lost tribe of Rakasta that there seems to have been many tribes, but this is the 13th tribe that was lost and actually left with Mavok. So Mavok was this great dragon, half-dragon warrior that they believe that, at first they believed that McGrundon was, now they believe that he is the descendant or an heir. Because she has done some research and found that there are some things about Mavok that are different from McGrundon. Particularly, Mavok had a tail. All of the drawings they have of Mavok looks like he had a tail. So they believe that McGrundon is still special, that he is a descendant of the great Mavok, who left these shores centuries ago and took the remaining part of that tribe with him.
I continue to act like I am Mavok.
Okay.
Even though they are no longer convinced McGrundon is.
They believe that you are the new Mavok.
So that's generally what most of the books are about this tribe, and this was the place.
Right,
where
it's the history of the Rakasta, yeah.
I'm going to ask her if there are any books that she would be willing to part with, because I would be very interested. Somebody I know would be very interested in having this.
She says early on that she would be more than happy to copy down some of their history and to give it to you as a gift.
That would be great.
So she'll begin working on that. Also, during the week, you spent time climbing up in the trees and kind of practicing this technique that you had known about, that you've kind of finally mastered, to jump between the shadows. So you've done that around the perimeter. And a couple of things that you found out. One, the topography of the entire area is very desolate because of everything that happened with the dragon. In the distance, you do see the mountain range, and you see that the river actually cuts through the mountain itself, but the swamp in that area is thick. And as you've scouted throughout the last week, one thing that you realize is that the lizard folk are still there. They've kind of retreated further up the river. And one thing that you've learned from your reconnaissance is that there are a lot more lizard folk than you anticipated. There could be several hundred up in that area. It's a very, very large encampment.
Has the fog somewhat receded since?
Yes, now the fog has completely receded, and we're actually getting sunlight in now, which is, after a few days, is actually causing like some of the very small pieces of grass and flowers and weeds to kind of start growing and cutting through the swamp. So it's finally starting to feel more alive. Rain is now falling, and it's a healthy rain, not that acidic style rain that y'all were having before. It just, everything about the area just feels healthier.
Okay, so that's that. I did want to gather some sort of mighty trophy for the dojo.
Okay. You've been gifted some of its talons that they've put together for you.
Okay. So that would be cool. I'm going to use the ability to see how quickly I can travel back to the boat, because that normally took how long?
It was probably an hour or so, but that was going through swamp that's starting to recede a little bit. Between your heightened speed. Now, one thing is, as you're practicing this, some of the younger Rakasta are trying to keep up with you, and now they've kind of enjoyed trying to race the strange man. So you've kind of gathered a gathering of all the children as they're trying, and everyone is laughing and can't believe that anyone could ever outrun a Rakasta, which you are able to do. Like, you're outrunning them. So
good. I'll go check back up on the ship, make sure that the whole dragon skull thing looks okay, and there's not any holes in the boat, and report back.
Okay, all right. So that is you. That is your week. So mapping with cartography, finding out some history of everything, practicing your abilities, and then scouting back to the boat, and kind of learning how fast you can travel.
I do want to kind of, as we go, kind of lay out, do some sketching of a better map, something that
right
might be useful.
Okay. All right, so with that, we're going to move on to Glendon. So, Glendon, what have you been doing during your week with the Rakasta?
First, I'm going to ask Volo if Rakasta want to stay here. Or if they want to leave. Since some of them left before, is their plan to stay on this island or not? Because that won't try to help rebuild if they're not wanting to stay.
There is a divide. the chief, Uzuma, wants to stay and rebuild and reclaim the land now that they've had this hard-fought victory. The matriarch, Abina, and some of the lionesses, they all want to leave. So it's about a 50-50 split. The issue is that you have gathered some information that they're unaware of from Finn, that the lizard folk greatly outnumber them. Probably 8-1. So if the lizard folk were to move in, they would be gone. So
It'd be a
yeah, it'd be a bloodbath, right?
Okay. All right. I guess for main thing is check on Felgar. See how he's doing after the.
So Barnabas has been spending some time with Felgar. It does seem that Felgar has spent the first few days was healing, and between your healing magic and also Barnabas's healing magic, he's up and moving around. Now he is very badly scarred from the acid breath of Velvantis, so he is still missing one of his horns, but he's walking about, and each and every day you see him kind of going on these spiritual walks, these nature walks, as he's just kind of walking out and grazing the open plains, as he's been kind of like going about. And you just notice a very, very different feel and demeanor with him, because he keeps talking about having to do away with the old way. The old way isn't working. You know, the basically everything that he has done and all of the battles that he's fought, he is losing, and he's kind of beginning to see the light of Myliki. And it's during one of these walks that you kind of see him in the distance. He comes out of the wood with like a little bit of a glow to him. Like there's just like this slight green hue to him. And he comes up to you and goes, "Glendon, I have news.
Oh, good. What is it?
I saw the unicorn of Myliki in the wood, in the glade."
Oh, okay. Did it lead you somewhere, or
No.
speak to you, or just?
It came to me. I tried to speak with it. I couldn't. But it laid its horn on me. And now I feel the power of Myliki.
Well, that's great. Awesome, dude. Yeah. Follower. I like it.
Yes.
Another disciple.
I believe I will dedicate my days to following her grace now.
All right. So we got a convert. That's good.
The unicorn, it gave me the ability to cast the divine magic of Myliki itself.
So I'll ask him too does he want me to keep like resurrecting him if he goes down, or should I just let him go towards the light?
No, I believe my place is here to be with you and to continue on your journey.
Okay.
And I believe now that I've made this turn that Myliki will honor my service and protect me, and I shall be more fit in battle. I am sorry for falling so quickly against that dragon.
You did enough. Although I will say, the only person in this camp that's slain 2 dragons.
Aye, that is a mighty feat indeed.
I guess I had a little help. All right. So that's good. I guess that's about it. Yeah, I just mainly wanted to know. Maybe help rebuild anything that I can.
Okay. So they're working on crops. They're trying to grow some things. They've been unable to do that before with the way that the land was. The other issue is they're hunters, and they're actually trying to go out and hunt, and all of the game is far away. So right now it's just they really are feasting on the dragon and eating that up, and using this opportunity to try to like sow some fields and things. But there's a few people doing that, but there's this huge like they don't know if they're staying or not. That's the big debate right now. So everything's kind of up in arms. Remember, there's only about 24 of these Rakasta left.
Yeah. All right. Just have Volo kind of fill us in on that situation. And
Okay.
I don't know if we'd be able to take some with us if we survive or not. Maybe. Who knows?
The boat's big enough to take them all.
You
Y'all have a very large boat. I mean, you could take them all.
Yeah, that's about
And McGrundon. Anything
I don't
else,
know how we
Glendon?
build that many cages.
I guess I'll look around for some herbs, but I figured it was a swamp, so there's probably not a lot.
All right, I will tell you this.
actually
The
use-
further out that you go, there's a couple things that you can pick up. There is a plant here that is very similar to the bug loss that you got before for healing potions. It's very similar, and it seems to have some of the same qualities. So that actually grows on the far side away from the swamp, and you have found a lot of it. The Leonins here, they're the Ricasta. They use that as kind of a cure-all for everything, like as a salve, but they haven't actually used it in an alchemy sense, which is something that you would do. They use it more like almost like an aloe in a way. So if you want to, you could actually use some of the herbs and stuff that you've got if you want to make some potions with that. You totally could.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. With that, we'll move to McGrundon. So McGrundon, what are you doing during your week off with the Ricasta?
So I've been tailing around with Volo a little bit. I know he's been working with Finn to do some research, but really only my only way to listen to the Ricasta. So I'm trying to get as many stories as I can about Mavok and the things he's done on this island.
So here's what you found out about Mavok. So Mavok was the son of a great dragon who actually came down and met some maiden on the island, and their child was Mavok. So Mavok is actually half dragon. Okay. That is the legend that the Ricasta tell. And they tell that he conquered the island and that he was basically the war chief or the king of the island. And after some time, for unknown reasons, he ended up leaving the island and took one of the tribes of the Ricasta with him to some unknown shore, unknown destination. All they know is that he left. And they actually have, not far from here, there is a shrine to Mavok where the statue of his likeness.
Oh, excellent. About how many, do they know how many tribes there were at the time he left with one of them?
There were 13 tribes, and he ended up taking one of them.
Okay. And all the other tribes have since been wiped out.
They don't all live on this island. There was only a handful of the tribes that lived on this island.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. With that, I spent some of my other time with the Ricasta, even without the translator, just trying to learn some of their culture, eating with them.
So this Akoko, this female lioness, the ranger that has been basically voluntold that she's going to go with you, she's been tailing you a good bit. And it's just always your shadow, watching you, admiring you kind of from the distance. She seems to just be very interested in you. And while she has been paying attention to the others of your party, she's been following you around a good bit. And she seems to be trying to learn your language as well. So anytime you're having these conversations, like Volo is sitting there talking to you, you can almost hear her mouthing some of the words off to your distance. Like she's trying to pick up your language.
Okay. I'm going to try not to make a been around the world, don't speak the language joke. Okay, in that case, I want to try and find the shrine or have her lead me to it.
She will take you to the shrine. It's about a half day. So this will actually take you to closer to the mountain range where you're going to be going. So it's a way to kind of scout the location. Now, when you go and you spend half a day with her, now she is riding her saber-toothed tiger, Zuri. Zuri. Zuri is her saber-toothed tiger, and she actually gets you a saber-toothed tiger to ride as well, and she teaches you how to ride. Now, you're familiar with riding a horse. It's not that different, but it feels very different riding a giant cat as it does a horse, and they're very ornery, and she has a way, almost, you would say magically, but you know that they're very against magic. She has a way of whispering to the animals that they understand. We don't know if that's an innate ability to them or not, but she's able to calm the saber-tooth enough to let you mount it and ride it, and you spend an afternoon with Akoka riding off and seeing this monument. Now, when you get to this monument, it is a stone-carved statue that's facing west. Now, as you get closer to it, one of the things that you stop immediately in your tracks, you've seen this, that's your echo.
That's what I figured.
You see the same horns, the tail, everything about
tail
it.
and everything.
In fact, it's holding it's holding a glaive similar to the one that you have. It's
No
not,
kidding.
it's different. It's definitely different, but you can see he fought with something like that. The one that he's holding is more prehistoric in make and design.
Are there any writings or runes or anything of that nature on the likeness and statue?
There is, but it's not a language you understand.
I kind of gesture to her and see if she can like write it down or maybe translate for later. I don't know how I would.
What exactly do you want her to do?
I want her to copy down the runes to translate for us later.
Okay, that she can do.
I will ask her to do that.
Okay.
And I might as well show her. I'm going to manifest my echo right next to the statue.
As soon as you do that, she takes a step back and immediately like bows and kneels before Mavok.
I kind of help her rise back up, bring the echo closer, and just I bring it close to me, like really, really close to me, and then just have it dissipate.
Like she's like grabbing at your hand and like bending down, like she's bowing to you now.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I don't need to be worshipped. Just so long as you know who the boss is. And we'll head back to the encampment or their little makeshift village.
Gotcha. Okay.
We can get some translations for that stuff. I go back to the ship at some point and yell at Korok and the kobolds.
Okay.
And
At
recount
some
them
point,
with
all
some
of you
the
spend a night
glory
in the
that I
ship.
had done, but yeah.
At some point, every one of you spends a night in the ship to recharge your stronghold ability. That's something that has to happen. And then at this point, the plan is for Akoka is going to take you as far as she knows in the mountains. She's from there, and her family was from there, so she knows the pass. Now, she says that there's a couple of different routes. And of course, this is all coming through Volo. Now, but then Volo explains to you that she knows the pass and how to get to the high plateau. There are other routes to take, but she's most familiar with this one. She fears that the river will be overrun with the lizard folk, and there's another pass next to the mountains. Like if you go and take a look at Volo's map, well, I'll show you what she's talking about. So basically, there's a pass to go this way, like right through here. It kind of runs parallel to the river. Now, on this side, she says that is a very dangerous area. Volo, going back and forth, she said something about it being a bad place where the dead walk, haunted, something of that nature. She's very superstitious about that area. But there seems to be a pass over this mountain that we could take.
Is there a concern about the pass she is suggesting? Is there a downside to taking that one?
It's an arduous pass because it's a lot of climbing.
Well, I will consult with Finn, our cartographer / navigator, what he thinks is the best course of action for the path we take.
I'm all for following their recommendations. I think we're up for it. And we are built for climbing. I mean, you can manifest your echo and then swap. I can bounce around, and between that,
And Glendon's on his own.
Yeah, we can pull him up. We got ropes and
That's
gear. Make sure we take plenty of rope with us.
Glendon, how much rope do you have?
Feligar has 50 feet of silk rope, if you'll recall.
Who's going with us?
I think
I have a
Feligar,
crowbar.
Barnabas, Volo, the three of you, and Akoka.
Okay.
So
I
3,
thought you were
6,
just slow rolling me on the 50 feet of rope.
So we have a party. We have a fellowship.
There's a fellowship of 7. It looks like the 3 of you, Barnabas, Feligar, Volo, and Akoka. So there will be 7 of you traveling. Now,
And my cat.
yes. Also, she is taking her cat Zuri. They have enough. They can spare one more cat if you want to take another cat.
I totally want to take the
I
one that I
want
was
to be-
riding earlier.
I want to be the
Go
scout,
ahead,
so I
Wes.
want to be on my feet.
You want to be on your feet. Okay. All right, so she takes Zuri, and the other cat that we have is Kara. Kara is the
Kara.
other cat. And they give you like their best cat as a gift. You know, they don't have many of them, but they want for this journey to have that. So 2 riders and 5 walkers as y'all go through the pass. Now, the first day. Now, is there anything we want to do before we leave? We're taking everything. Anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to cast Find Steed.
Yes, you are. What does that look like?
Oh my!
What does that look
Ooh.
like?
It takes 10 minutes, so I'm thinking it's probably a prayer.
Yeah, it's a prayer. It's a morning prayer.
Wait. Hold on. That's a spell, isn't it?
Yes.
I think he's going to go out in the woods and do that by himself.
Is he, or is he going to do it right here where everyone can see? Either way, it's an adventure.
Glendon, what does it look like when you cast Find Steed? And more importantly, where are you doing this? Because that matters.
Oh, the ship's way back. We're in the village. I'll do it like in the whatever kind of newer part of the swamp that's come back.
Okay.
I guess like a foresty part.
And what does it
just
look
pray.
like? I know it's like a 10-minute prayer, but what exactly... You get to choose what your steed looks like.
Mm.
So what is your steed?
Would a unicorn be blasphemous?
I don't think so.
Ride a dinosaur.
Oh.
Yeah, I think a unicorn might be appropriate.
All right,
It's,
so a gigantic white unicorn comes out.
I think it's a little blasphemous.
It's a little blasphemous. I think that would be the appropriate thing. So you come out riding. So we have a giant furbolg wearing black dragon scale armor, riding a unicorn, a massive unicorn. This has got to be big enough to carry the 7-foot furbolg. And I think this might be a D&D first in all the games that have ever been played by every party in the entire world. I dare anyone to say that they had a furbolg riding a unicorn. I think it's
probably very fair.
Call Guinness. We have a record. Okay.
It better be a big damn unicorn.
It was the biggest one they had. All right. So you cast the spell. This giant unicorn comes out. You ride into camp, and everyone's looking because this is a very strange animal to them that they maybe have never seen before. A horse for one, two, a unicorn. So you come in and everyone's like kind of looking and this is new for the party as well. Like, you didn't know he could do this. So what's the reaction to McGrundon?
Oh, that he summoned a giant unicorn?
Yeah. You didn't see him summon it. Maybe he found it.
Oh, he just rides in on a unicorn?
Yes.
McGrundon kind of looks at him, opens his mouth, points at the unicorn, closes his mouth, looks at the giant cat that he's riding, and kind of shuts up and puts his hands back on the reins and like keeps like glancing over at the unicorn.
Finn is going to look at him and go, "Yeah, this tracks."
This is on brand. It's on brand. Okay. All right. So now the party, now consisting of 3 riders and 4 walkers, will now make their way to the pass. But before you make it to the pass, as you were passing the swamp that's kind of receding a little bit, you're seeing a little bit of the clear water. You're probably half a day out now from the Rakasta camp. As y'all are slowly kind of moving through the kind of the plains and the foothills, you can see the water off in the distance. Who's scouting? We believe Finn is scouting. Finn, you're up ahead.
Mr. Finn.
You're moving. You're jumping between the shadows of the trees. And in the water, you see what looks to be 3, maybe 4, it's hard to tell, giant dinosaurs in the water to your left. It looks like they're eating. You just see them like jumping down and just eating and just kind of grazing in the water.
Are these flying dinosaurs?
They are not. No, they are.
Dinosaurs?
They are 2-legged. They are. They look something like this, and there's 4 of them.
Okay. I'll give them a wide berth, and I'm assuming that Akoka is kind of up ahead with me.
She's a little behind you, but yeah, she's up with you.
I'm going to motion to her.
She kind of whispers to her saber-tooth Zuri. Zuri kind of gets low and kind of crawls on the ground. You know, you can see cats kind of sneak. So Zuri does that with Akoka riding it, and they kind of sneak up to you stealthily, and they look over, and she looks, and she pulls out her bow and like starts knocking, like she's about to knock an arrow, and she's looking at you like,
Sure. I mean, if she's gonna attack it.
well, there's 4 of them, and they're about 13 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and can I gesture to Volo? I need an interpreter. Like,
Sure. So everyone's kind of frozen now. The party in the back just sees that y'all are in the distance, kind of hunched over. Y'all don't see what it is. You motions toward Volo, who's walking. Now he's got his pack on and his walking stick with his little gem up top. It's covered.
Motioning to him.
All right, so he kind of sneaks forward. And what is the rest of the party doing now? Feligar and Barnabas are going to be kind of hanging back with y'all. Is Glendon and McGrundon, are y'all staying back as Volo kind of walks forward?
Yeah, if I see them stopped up there, that's definitely going to give me pause.
Okay. Volo comes sneaking up. He kind of crawls up. He looks over. He goes, oh, yes. Very interesting, very interesting. I believe they're trachodons. They eat plants, herbivores.
So they're no threat.
Well, anything that big could be a threat if provoked, but no, they're looking for food.
Can you ask Akoka, do we need to kill this, or do you want to kill this?
And he turns, he starts quietly speaking to Akoka, and Akoka talks back and goes, she just didn't know if you wanted to hunt these for meat for our journey or not. It's very rare to see game this close. It's a good sign that they are close, only half a day from camp, but she's wanting to know if you would like to hunt one of these.
Do we think we need this?
Y'all have provisions. Y'all are carrying a lot of dragon meat. So, I mean, y'all are good for several days.
I want to know from her, will the rest of them attack us if we start attacking one of them, or will they bolt?
Volo says, and she talks, he goes, she seems to think, yes, that they are very defensive of each other.
Okay, then let's leave them alone.
Okay, and she goes, and she says, okay, and she puts the arrow back. And with that, Volo says, should we get the others, or what do you want to do?
Let's keep going.
Sure. All right, so they get off the path. Now, Glendon and McGrundon, y'all kind of follow like a wider berth. Y'all see these giant, 13, 14-foot dinosaurs grazing in the water to your side. And you look over, and they're just picking up and just feeding off the plankton and all the grass. They're just eating, whatever they can. But this is really the first sign of life that y'all have seen since you've landed, because y'all came in on a swamp. Outside of the T-Rex, y'all really haven't seen other things about.
I didn't even see the T-Rex.
And you didn't even see. This is the first time you've seen one of these, right? Now you did see things like this at Port Nyanzara when y'all were in Chult. They were just in town being used to carry things around, but not out in the wild like this, and not this big. So. And for the point of order, you can also thank Bob for rolling up a non-combat encounter for you guys.
Ah, thank you, Bob.
Nice.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
That didn't give us any XP.
Oh, I'm okay with this.
Is there anything that y'all want to do with the
Killed
Trachodons as you're leaving?
Wave at them. Bye.
Glendon?
A
Anything?
look of
McGrundon?
admiration.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So with that, y'all give them a wide berth. Y'all let them be. It's a good sign that nature's kind of returning after the blight of the dragon is now beginning to abate. And y'all continue up the mountain pass. It is that night. You're basically that night. You're going to camp. Now we're going to go through several days traveling, and it's that night y'all are camping and y'all are looking up at the mountain that you're going to climb the next day. I'm not going to go through the minutia of camping every single day, because it's going to be, I know, it just gets old. But we're going to go through several days of travel. So this is what we're looking at the next day.
How will the viewers roll their random encounters?
I will
this is your
always, I will always check the painting the night of.
Okay, clear skies. Clear skies for the next day. I will tell you if it'll be different. So you're always checking the painting. You're carrying the painting with you. Is there anything else that y'all want to just kind of say these are just the ritualistic things that we just do?
We'll set watch order 1, 2, 3 of us in any particular order.
Okay, so we'll have Finn 1, Glendon 2, and then McGrundon 3. Okay, that'll be 1, 2, 3.
I'm an early riser.
Okay, that'll work. And so this is going to be your climb. It is steep. It is hard. The ones that are mounted, you're going to have to get out and help your mount up some, and as you kind of go back and forth, you're going to have a very difficult time with the initial ascent into the mountain pass. Akoka seems to be speaking to Volo, and Volo reaches back and says, she says that this is the hardest part, is just getting up here, but there is actually, it levels off a little bit, and then we'll have more of a pass. This is just the beginning of it. And y'all are now going to have 2 very hard days of just climbing and resting and climbing. You have to kind of climb in spurts. You can use your ropes to kind of help each other. So we're not going to go through like a long skill check or anything like that. I'm just basically saying narratively, there's going to be a lot of time passed over the next couple of days as y'all are kind of making the ascent up into the mountain itself. During this climb, outside of using ropes and things of that nature, is there anything that y'all want to be doing or looking out for? Is there anything at all that we want to do as y'all are going up and making this climb?
Anytime I see like a high vantage point that I could possibly get to scout or for topography, because I'm going to try to keep the map going as we're going.
Okay. Once you get high enough, you look back, and with the clearer skies, you can actually see in the distance. You can see behind you, the cove, and you can see the ship, the dot of the ship in the distance. So you can see it's far, but you can see the higher you get until you get a little too far, but you can actually see backwards.
Can I see the perimeter of the entire island?
No, because the mountain range in front of you is blocking it.
Okay. And we're still going up this mountain range, right?
Correct.
Okay. Whenever I get to the highest point,
okay,
I want to try to basically take my time to draw a good version of this map.
Gotcha.
Referencing everything that I've been doing.
Now, I will tell you, as you get climbing up, you realize that Volo's map is pretty good. The scale is a little off, but as far as the notes and the topography on that map, it's pretty close. Now, yours is going to be drawn better to scale. But using that and then what you're seeing, you can make your way. One thing you can see is you can see that river below you, and that river is very treacherous and rocks, and taking a boat up that would have been very, very difficult. You do also still see in the distance several encampments. There's a lot more lizard folk than you thought there was. They completely infest that river.
As we're traveling, I kind of want to, using Volo, I want to find out, were the lizard people always this big of a problem, or was there a recent resurgence in them? Have they ever coexisted with the Rakasta? What's the story?
Talking to Akoka, they believe they've had a storied history between the lizard folk, and that the presence of Elvantis, they really flourished, and they prefer swamp and water living, and Velvantis kind of helped with that. So they definitely have flourished. It seems that the rise of the lizard folk, it kind of coincides with the decline of the Rakasta.
Have they always been enemies?
As far as Akoka knows.
Okay.
Glendon, anything?
I'm going to be looking out for, not going too far off the path, but any sort of vegetation or herbs and whatnot. Just kind of on the lookout.
Tell you what, as you're out and about, give me a survival check. See what you see. And to that I say nay.
Hey.
All right, so you continue on, and we'll do a couple more of these checks as we go, but it's just rocky terrain right here. There's very small vegetation. It's sparse. It is on the second day, towards the end of the day, y'all finally get up to the top-ish. There's still giant ranges to your left and your right and in front of you, but you can actually see where it's kind of leveled off. Now, you're still climbing, but it's not what you were doing before. This is more, we can walk and we can climb this, but we don't need all the ropes and we don't need all of that. This is much, much better, which is good because all of you are sore. When you climbed that much for several days, there's muscles you didn't know you had, that are sore, that you're beginning to climb. And at this point, you reach up to the top. Now, what is the general order here? Because I'm seeing Finn and Akoka up front, and then I'm thinking Glendon is kind of in the middle with Feligar, and Barnabas is in there. Who's in the back? Is there... Volo's probably going to stay in the middle to be protected. But I guess we can put Feligar in the back. He's the biggest.
I guess that's up to Glendon or Feligar.
Doesn't matter. I can go in the back if y'all want. Where do you want to be?
I was thinking McGrunden would be behind Akoko.
Okay. All right.
Kind of.
I think that makes sense.
So it'll be Finn, Akoka, McGrunden, probably Volo and Barnabas right there in the middle, and then Glendon and Feligar towards the back. Okay.
I think that sounds right.
All right. So y'all are continuing to climb up. Finn, give me a perception check.
Passive or like an active?
Active. Oh, Akoka. So you're moving forward. You feel like even though she's on the cat, she reaches down and grabs you, and you look at her and you see her do this.
I'm gonna look at where she's looking.
And she looks up and breaking through the clouds at the very top. There is something large flying about in the clouds. It's not like a dragon, but it's something smaller than that, but you can see it's something. It kind of breaks through the clouds for a split second. And you see her look back, and she tells everybody, she can see her doing this to everybody to get down.
Are there any trees or...
No, you're basically on a rocky pass. You're basically on it's like a switchback of a path, kind of going back and forth up, and y'all are kind of at the base of this. So you see several path, like you've got a pretty long path in front of you, so it's either right now it's just kind of like get cover.
I'm going to step to a shadow, the closest one that I see that's closest to not being exposed.
Sure. Give me a stealth check. Is that 11?
Yeah, both times.
I'll take the 11.
You're doing great, sir. You're doing great.
All right, so here's where we are. You see the pass here. Let's go get everybody. So the 7 of you are on this mountain pass. Now this will be 10-foot squares. And as you're walking down the path, everyone is kind of crouching down after Akoka said so, and looking, and she kind of points up, and breaking through the clouds, you hear this loud screech as several of these flying dinosaurs come flying out of the clouds onto your position. There looks to be 5 of them that you can see. All right, so all of these are coming down above. So basically, everybody roll initiative. How we're going to work is your follower will go with you. For the sake of this combat, we're going to say that Akoka goes on McGrunden. She'll be your follower. And Volo will go with McGrunden as well. So McGrunden, you're going to have 2 people go with you.
Put the tracker up.
Yeah, let me put the tracker up first before we do any rolls. Are you serious? A 10 beat everybody? Glendon, you're going to go first. We're going to...
No initiative shaming.
No initiative shaming. All right. So... There we go. All right, so you have 5 of these giant pterofolks flying down. They're massive. So as they break through the tree, you hear this screaming and this hollering from the massive pterofolk. What, pray tell, will Glendon be doing? And Feligar.
Does this count as initiative 20?
It does count as initiative 20. if you want to use your stronghold
All right.
ability.
Yeah, I'll do that to give everybody a +1 AC.
All right, so everybody gets +1 to AC.
Okay.
That's the entire party. So everybody in the party gets this green armor, like begins to glow as the blessing of Myliki comes down. Now that's not your turn. That's just the start. So he's using his stronghold ability now. Now what do you want to do on your turn?
How far above us are they? About
50, 60 feet.
Ooh, okay. All right. So then I will. Nothing really I can do. There's really nothing I can do high up.
Are we sure that we've been spotted yet?
They're diving down towards the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna dodge then. Take a defensive stance and dodge.
Okay. Feligar is going to move up to here, and he is going to raise up his axe and say, "Myliki, bless my companions!" And with that, McGrundon, Glendon, Barnabas, and Volo are all now under the bless.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Y'all have all now been blessed by Myliki.
Blessed.
Okay?
Hashtag blessed.
Yes, hashtag blessed. Their turn. Okay. Biggest target, we're going to go down, and the first one's going to fly down, and one's going to go after Volo, one's going to go after Glendon, one's going to come down here on Feligar, one is going to come down here on Finn, and this one's going to come down here on McGrundon. All right, so around the world, we're going to go. First was going to be the ones on Finn. We're just going to work across the table. They're going to come down and make 3 attacks. A bite and 2 claws. All right, so here's the bite. 18 to hit. You block it off with your Vambrace. The next 2 attacks, we're going to be a 7 and a natty. So one of the claws will hit you. Okay. And he will scratch you for a total of 12 points of slashing damage. As now it flies down. It does all of this and continues moving. Like you'll basically get a turn, but it's still in flight. As it's kind of flying by, but because of how far it had to fly, it basically is going to end right there. The flight pattern. So that's the first one. Now the second one on Volo, the bite attack is going to miss. And now the 2 claw attacks. One will hit, one will miss. And the one that hits will hit Volo for a massive 5 points of damage.
A mighty 5.
A mighty 5. And McGrundon, the one coming down on you.
I will attack it with my glaive. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you will. Does that stop it in its tracks?
It sure does. And it deals 12 damage.
Okay, it comes down with its claws, its beak. You just jab up with the glaive. You stop it mid-size. The glaive actually cuts all the way through one of its shoulders, and now you've basically brought it down to the ground, and it does not get any of its attacks because your reach is further than its.
Hashtag erect.
Hashtag get wrecked. Okay. And how much did you do with that?
12.
That's ridiculous. All right. And the one that comes down on the Minotaur, Feligar, the bite will miss. And then the 2 claw attacks. We got another natty. So the other one will miss. The natty will hit, of course. And Feligar will take, he's not raging yet, he will take a full 3, 4, 5 damage. Alright, and then finally the one down, the con Glendon, will take the bite attack, which is a 7, that will not hit. And then, everyone remember you have +1 to AC here.
Yeah. Doesn't matter when they roll 20.
It does not matter. Glendon, you bring your shield up, you block off all of the attacks. Now, you're still on your unicorn, so basically he comes down and you just block all of the attacks off with your shield without a problem. Now we go to Finn.
Since they're diving down, the ones here, are they actually below me since I'm up on the upper
Yes, they are below you.
level? I am going to. Well, this one right here is like doing a flyby on me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
I'm going to gust of wind from up to down.
Bring it to the ground.
Bring it to the ground.
It has to make
Slam
it
it
has to
down.
make a strength saving throw, correct?
Gust of wind. Let's see, real quick.
It's gonna fail. Whatever it is, it fails. It rolled a 4. Okay.
So it's just basically.
So that's
trying
your
to pin it
action.
down.
You drop it to the ground. So it's basically being pushed down to the ground from the gust of wind. Perfect. Okay. Any movement or anything? You just staying right there to engage it.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take a few. Like if I step out of it, then it's gonna get an attack, right?
No, it's pinned to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back. Actually, I can move up to 45. Can I kind of slide down here and get with them?
Yeah, you could totally do that. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
Actually,
And
these
I'm
are
gonna
10-foot squares. These are 10-foot squares. So you can move 4 squares.
44. Well, 4.5.
4.5. Not a problem. You slide down without a problem. So you gust of wind and you pull back from that. All right. Now that be McGrundon's turn, which will also be Barnabas and Coca's turn. So Felligar, Felligar. McGrundon, what will you be doing?
I will use a bonus action to manifest my echo. I don't know if I can get it on the other side of these things.
Okay.
I go. Is there somewhere to stand, like right around Esta? Or Esta? That might be a little far away.
Oh, you went and got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Anywhere.
Like anywhere?
That's not a problem.
Is there a place to stand there on the cliff?
Sure.
Like on the cliffside
Sure.
right there? All right. So that's where it'll go, and then I will take a melee attack at each of these flying creatures here.
Okay.
A 15 and a 20.
Both will hit.
Oh, excellent. I like that. That'll be 11 and 8.
Okay,
11 on
the
left
11
one.
is going to go on the one that you already stabbed,
Oh, that's fair.
and that will kill it.
Ooh, excellent.
So you got one down, and the other one, it did how much?
Did 8 damage. 8.
Okay. Not a problem. All right, so you manifest the echo. The echo comes out with, or Mavok comes out with the glaive, and now who actually attacked with the glaive? You or him?
Whichever like flying beast is higher up, that's the one that he hits.
And then you hit
from
the other one.
cliff face, and I'll hit the other one.
Okay,
yeah.
so you kill one and it stabs the other. Got it. All right, so that's bonus action, action. I guess you're gonna not move. You're gonna stay where you're at.
I'm gonna move over here.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes. And thanks to my mobile feat, it does not gain an attack of opportunity.
It does not gain an attack of opportunity. You're absolutely right. Now, also on your turn, Akoka is going to pull out her tomahawks and run over and attack with advantage with the terrafolk that's been slammed to the ground thanks to the gust of wind. Tomahawk number 1 is going to miss, and tomahawk number 2 is going to hit, and she will hit it for a massive 7 points of damage.
Pretty good.
Also, she's riding she's still riding Zuri, and Zuri will take a attack as well, actually with advantage also because it's
I forgot
pinned.
about my cat.
Yeah, you're still riding the cat. We'll say you're riding the cat, and that will hit as well.
I did not tell it to attack.
Well, since you're not a Beastmaster Ranger,
I guess I can't anyway.
right? All right, so we have some damage has been done. All right, so Zuri and Akoka are attacking the other terrafolk. She hits one with a tomahawk. The giant saber-tooth reaches up and bites and grabs onto the wing of the other one, all while the wind is kind of still pushing the thing to the ground. I believe, and now we have Barnabas. Barnabas is going to step up to the one that was stabbed by the Echo, by Mavok the Echo, and is also still attacking Volo. He reaches up, he has his shield, and he reaches out with his staff, and he's like, "Don't worry, Savrus will protect you." And he reaches out and he pushes his staff towards the Terrafolk and unleashes a guiding bolt. 15 will hit. Oh no, 14. 14.
God didn't protect anybody. Just straight up attacked somebody.
It will. Okay, he shoots the guiding bolt. It goes right through the thing's neck as it crashes and rolls off of the rock. So
What
Barnabas
is he
has dropped
projecting?
one. Okay.
Protect
End of the
Kill you.
round. Top of the round, Glendon.
All right, I'm going to swing at the one. How close is it to me?
They're both right up on
It's-
top. One is right on you. Okay, so the one over here is right on you.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if it had moved higher or not. All right, so I will swing. I think this character sheet is updated yet, is it? All right, so I'll roll a d20. This is with a plus. +7. Okay.
Oh, the first time you've wielded your new longsword, and it will be a hit. That's a 24 will be the hit. So now roll your damage.
All right. 8 + 4.
Okay, so this is attack number 1. So 9 points of damage. Okay, and the next attack, you get extra attack so you can swing again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a natural 20. So 2d8 plus your damage. 12. Okay. All right, you make quick work as the blade comes out. This is the first time you've swung it in combat. As you swing it, there's a little bit of a sing to it in the air as it whistles through the air, and it slices. It is so incredibly sharp that you don't stop at all as you're cutting one right through one of its wings and severs the wing. You come around with the second attack and you bury it right into the shoulder and you cut clean through it. There at no point did you slow down your attack as you were slinging it. It was just cutting right through this Terrafolk, and you kill it without a problem.
Oh,
Butter.
yeah.
Like butter.
All right.
Yeah.
Also on your turn now is Barnabas's turn. Barnabas is going to enter a rage, and he is actually I'm sorry, Veligar. Sorry,
That's right.
I messed up. So that you
Was
killed
it
the one
Barnabas is in a rage?
Rage.
What does that sound
He
like?
took a level in Barbarian. No,
got
Veligar goes into a rage. He raises his axe. As he raises his axe, it begins to glow in this green, and he runs up, and he is going to attack the Terrafolk.
These prices are so low, it turns me into a frenzy.
That will hit because that's a 15 to hit, and he's gonna. Don't worry about that roll. He does this, and then he does another d6 of radiant damage off of his zealot attack. So that's going to be 16. That's going to be enough to kill it. Veligar kills it.
Oh, he's super strong now.
Yeah.
Did everyone enjoy their round of combat?
Right. And now it goes to his turn. He is going to try to get out of the gust of wind. And he will fail. So he's just kind of writhing around on the ground getting attacked by this lioness and cannot get out of the gust of wind. Finn.
I'm gonna pop back up here.
Okay. Now there
It was
is a
just
shadow
feint.
casting off of the rock.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
So you're going to basically step into the shadow and just
Yeah.
appear right next to this thing. And that gives you advantage on your next attack.
Do we think now? Do these things look humanoid with wings, or they look like just pterodactyls?
Humanoid with wings.
I'm gonna draw the swords,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna point both of them at it and say "yield."
It's just going to make this. Is his beak is kind of like facing you, not knowing what you're saying. He just sees the sword. He's just like, that's Finn's turn. Actually, give me an intimidation check. This is what this is. You're intimidating it. It's the first one. 22. It's terrified. It is absolutely terrified and trying to back off. That is Finn's. McGrundon, what is your turn?
I will swap places with my Echo.
Okay.
And I will walk up to this foul beast, and I will lay my glaive at its chest. And
as you're walking forward, make a perception check.
Perception check.
You notice at the very top of this this ledge that several rocks seem to be moving, and you hear something large crash down above. It's very slight, but you heard it as you were moving. That something large is on top of the ledge.
Okay, instead of placing when I go to place my glaive and help him intimidate, instead, I will glance up and I will unleash my breath weapon right at whatever those rocks that are moving.
Yeah, okay, I will tell you this, just so you know, it's way further than your breath weapon can go.
Oh, it's more than 30 feet?
Yeah.
All right, then I will... There's just a crackling of energy around my
You're
mouth,
just ready for it.
and I hold my action.
You hold your action. That's good. Okay. So, also on your turn is Akoka, who looks over at you and immediately sheathes her tomahawks and pulls her bow and slides to here. And then also on your turn, Volo looks over to Glendon and says, "Your God is with you. He's your God. She's going to get you through this." You feel inspired by this, as if a Bardic Inspiration has come above you. So you have a D6 on your next attack or saving throw, or whenever you want to use it. You can use that whenever. You are inspired, and with that, Volo is going to basically. There's this dead thing. He's going to kind of like not cower, but strategically cover himself with the fallen Terrafolk. Glendon on. Who is in the open? Barnabas. Barnabas is in the open. Barnabas is a pretty big target.
If it's more than 30 feet from me at the end of my turn, it disappears.
All right. At the very top of this mountain, if you look up, you'll see these two. I'm going to give you a quick image. What you see? You see these two giant Cyclops coming down on top of this. One of which is they both have these big like tree trunks that they're carrying, and in one hand, the other hand, they have these giant boulders in the other hand.
What is plural for a Cyclops?
That is a great question. We have an English major in our group. What is the plural?
I don't know how you pronounce it. It's
Cyclopi?
Biclops.
Biclops?
It's Cyclopes. So I don't know. It's Cyclops or Cyclopes. I don't know.
Cyclopes. All right, so
Yeah,
we have dual.
encyclopedias.
I'm going to go with Bicyclops because that's hilarious. So two Cyclops are coming over
Glopson.
the hill. Huh? And the first
Glopson.
one, they are going to be going basically. Let me add a turn here.
Oh, they're way up there. Oh, you're right. That's much further.
They are going to be going up top. So one of these over here is going to hurl this giant rock down and try to hit poor little Barnabas, whose AC is 20 now, thanks to the gift of Myliki.
Oligar or Barnabas?
Oh, I'm sorry, I keep messing up. It's Barnabas. He's targeting Barnabas, the turtle. He's got 20 AC, and that's a miss. So this giant boulder goes. You see this giant boulder heading for Barnabas. His head disappears inside of his shell as it flies over his head, and he kind of sticks his head back up, narrowly missing being crushed by this giant rock.
God, I love being a turtle.
God, I love being I had to do it just once. The other one as well picks up a giant rock. I'm trying to think who else he can see from there. We're going to go with Glendon. He can see Glendon from his vantage point. And he's going to throw a rock, and that's a 21. Does a 21 hit you?
21, and then with the whatever it is.
All right,
Stronghold ability.
I understand. So your stronghold ability pushes your armor up to 22. Because of that, this giant rock narrowly misses you. I mean, it lands as if almost it moved slightly in midair thanks to some blessing by Maliki. It missed you. So your stronghold ability caused that thing to miss you.
Yeah, that's how big are the boulders?
It was 4d10 damage. All right. And with that, they're going to come barreling down the mountain. Glendon, it is now your turn.
Is the pathway made of like dirt or is it like loose rocks? What is it?
Loose rock.
That's pretty sheer cliff, isn't it? All right.
It's not difficult terrain. It's just the map is just larger than you're thinking because they're 10-foot squares. Now, do note that you are mounted, so your movement speed is equal to your mount, which is 60 feet.
I didn't. Okay, I'll move 60.
Okay. All you want to do on your turn is move. You can move another 60.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's all you're going to do is move. Also in Glendon's turn is Feligar. Feligar is going to attempt to... He's going to do the smart thing. He's going to move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He's going to get to here. He's running as well. And he's trying to keep some cover from the mountain. And then that will be the Terrafolk's turn, who is going to attempt to get free. And he does not. He is still stuck under the massive prison of Gust of Wind. And now we go to Finn's turn.
We don't want to deal with multiple targets. So the first thing I'm going to do is attack the Terrafolk because
it didn't yield.
Yeah, he's not understanding me, so
okay,
he must die.
All right. Yeah, attack with advantage. He's dead. Yeah, he did. Yeah. With that, he's dead. We'll just say he's dead. So you spend your attack action killing it.
All right. For my move action,
I like how you named your magical short sword Fang of the Deep.
Yep, that's what his name is.
I like it.
I want
He's got two of them, right?
So,
He does.
Yeah. So looking at this pathway, is this one going to be able to come straight down, or is it going to have to follow the...
You look as if he's up there picking up boulders.
So I'm going to... Can I move up to here without using my bonus action? Can I, like, jump?
It will be an athletics check.
Okay. Let me try to make an athletics check.
Okay.
Remember, you are blessed.
And you are blessed, so you get another D4 to your check.
What are these? All these 20s.
Yeah, but that's not a 20. He got the 4. The rock is steep, so you spend a turn basically trying to get up the side of the rock, and you're not going to be able to.
All right. Then all I'm going to do for my bonus action is change the gust of wind to blowing out this way and trying to kick up as much rock and debris into the air.
Okay.
Because they only have one good eye.
Right,
if it gets dirt in
you're
it,
kicking debris. So basically, you can kick debris towards this one, is what you're doing?
Yeah, and then I'm going to kind of just lay up against the rock.
Gotcha. All right. So you scurry up, realize that's not going to happen. You just bonus action move the wind up. You're kicking up a bunch of dirt to the right Cyclops. And now we go. Also on your turn is Barnabas, and Barnabas is going to move as well. 5, 10. Sorry, 10.
The wind would go about right here.
He can get to there. Okay. He's climbing the rock as well. Now we go to top of the round. This one here. No, wait. We have McGrundon. I apologize. It's McGrundon's turn.
McGrundon, the bottom of the round. This cat can move 60 feet.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, boom. 120 feet right there, baby.
Just following the path, just charging. Okay, so you're going to spend your turn charging. Okay.
And bonus action to manifest the echo.
Give me an animal handling check, please.
I will do so.
With a plus D4 because you are blessed.
Okay, this is +1 as well because I'm seeing 4.
Okay.
My character sheet is level 2 for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that's not right. 9 plus 10, and
Plus
then give me
5.
the D4. Yeah, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah. I'll roll the D4. So it's going to be 14.
Oh, that'll do it. That was where you needed to be. All right. So because of the bless, you're able to get up there without a problem. You just feel in the adrenaline of the moment that You feel some supernatural ability that something is blessing you to move up this round, and you move up without a problem. So you are moving
Whatever it is, I know it's not Maliki.
right. I don't know what that is, right? And then you move your echo up, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that is your turn. Top of the round, it's their turn. This one here is going to pick up a boulder and is going to chuck it at. He's going to move up, climb up on the rock so he can actually see people. And I think I'm going to be able to see. We're going to go for Glendon the Troll. He's the tallest. He will get disadvantage on this attack because of the dust getting clicked up. And he misses. Swing and a miss.
You can dodge a ball.
This one
Critically
as
fumbles
well
his rock.
will pick up, will move up, just to kind of look down and see. He sees, from his vantage point, oh, he look over, he sees what he's doing, picks up a rock, and will also throw it at Glendon because he's the tallest target. He does not get disadvantage, but he will miss. He will miss. So they're just lobbing these giant. And now these things are exploding on rocks. They're not like, I mean, they're throwing like these massive boulders, and they're just crashing around you without a problem. That's their turn. So Glendon, it is now your turn and also Feligar's turn. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. She's moving up. I'm sorry, 10, 20. Actually, I need to rewind for a second. She is going to be moving her cat as well. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Yep, she's right behind you.
Nice.
All right, Akoka is following McGrundon's lead. Now it's Glendon's turn. I apologize.
Clever girl.
You good. All right.
Danny, light him up.
Let him up.
You can get up there.
I mean, literally light him up.
Oh, with fairy fire.
You hit both of them?
I don't know if I can hit them. That's so far away. Let me see what the range is on it.
You will be able to move 60 feet with your movement. You can move. We are entering mounted combat for some of you.
The range on Fairy Fire appears to be 60 feet.
Thank you. I was looking for that.
10, 20, 30.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
it
going to
creates
be
a
able to.
20-foot cube. 20-foot
20
cube.
foot cube. All you got to be able to target is this.
You could attempt an animal handling check and move and climb straight up here.
I mean, it is a cat.
No, he's
yours
riding
is
a
a horse.
unicorn.
It's a unicorn.
Okay. All right, animal
I
handling.
mean, isn't
Let's
a
do it.
unicorn part goat?
Go for it.
Right.
Survey says, yeah.
Give me that D4 bless.
All right.
Give him the D4.
You got it because you needed a 12, which is exactly what you got. All right, so it's going to be difficult terrain, so you get half movement. So you can get, I got you, you can get to there. And that will put you 10, 20. That'll put you in range to hit Fairy Fire with. You can hit that one with Fairy Fire.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and it is a. Get the save on it is. Why is this not in alphabetical order? Dex
Dexterity?
13.
Hard fail.
Dex 13.
Hard fail.
Very nice.
All right, he is lit up. And we will just put this little green dot on him so we know that he is lit up.
Is that movement and?
So, yeah, your spell. So, you've done your movement and your action, you cast Fairy Fire. So, you let out this Fairy Fire. So, it's a pretty cool move, actually. You're riding your unicorn up the side of the hill. You kind of like ride up, and as soon as you see this gigantic Cyclops looking down, you cast this Fairy Fire, which covers it, and now it's kind of glowing, and he's like, like he sees himself glowing, like totally confused. But it did work. I can actually can the. All right. Now also on Glendon's turn is Feligar. 5.
Well, hold on. For Find Steed, it says any spell you cast on yourself also is casted onto the steed.
Yeah, but you're not casting it on yourself.
No. I meant if I did the hidden step, would that work on the steed as well? Would that just be me?
I'm going to rule fast that it will be both of you.
We're going invisible because that thing's literally right above me.
I like that move a lot. I think it's very cool. So you cast Fairy Fire, and you and the unicorn just vanish.
It is a summoned mount.
It is a summoned
Makes
mount.
sense.
Y'all just vanish, yeah. All right, Feligar is going to move, and he's going to continue his trek, and I think he can get about there.
You're invisible on an invisible unicorn. I love it.
Also, the first
like
time that's happened in the history of
40-year-old
D&D. All right, and with that, we're going to go to Finn.
I'm going to take a running step and just kind of look enough to get to where I can see this shadow here
Yep.
and zip over there.
I love that you're using the actual shadows on the actual map. I am 100% okay with that.
Yes. And then I will be dropping a fog cloud on this guy,
Yes, you will.
which will get rid of the wind.
It
is
will.
fine.
So the gust of wind goes away, and you drop a fog cloud around it. Okay.
So there's fog on his face.
Okay.
But we can see him
you
because
turn
he's
that?
lit up.
Right. So
45
you all
degrees.
have the combo is lit. You've got a fog cloud. He can't see, but he's lit up. Perfect. That's a perfect execution. Also on Finn's turn is Barnabas. From his 5, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. Isn't the range on Guiding Bolt like 120 feet or something crazy?
I think it's pretty nuts.
No, you're shooting howitzer missiles.
120, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And he gets advantage on the attack. So he's just going to sit where he's at, and he's going to shoot another Guiding Bolt up at this. He'll get advantage on the attack because of
Fairy fire.
Fairy Fire. Yep. Yep, that'll hit him. So he'll do another 4d6 damage. Radiant damage coming down. 17
turtle,
points of
bro.
damage. As soon as Barnabas lets that out, he immediately tucks back and kind of moves to kind of give himself 3/4 cover with the rock where he's at. So we have officially hit the Cyclops for 17 points of damage. It is continuing to glow, not just from the Fairy Fire, but also the Guiding Bolt. So anyone who attacks it next gets even more advantage. It's still just advantage. But that is his turn. Now, McGrundon, is now your turn.
Okali dokali, neighborino. I will command my echo to move 30 feet in
Okay.
any direction. I'll turn
All
it
right.
this way. And then I can go in 20, 30, 40. I guess I can only go up to this fella.
But you're swinging a halberd. I mean, your glaive, so you've got the range.
You're swinging a halberd from the back of a giant cat, so you can probably hit his legs at least.
Yeah, you're good.
That's the plan. That's the plan. So I will attack it, and I will unleash my echo
Okay.
to do an extra attack from my echo's position.
So you get 3 attacks.
Okay. Boo-doo-doop. 8, 22, and 17.
All right, 2 of those attacks will hit.
Okay. 2 of them will hit. I will re-roll the 2. 11 damage and 5 damage.
So 16 total.
And then I will use my bonus action to strike with the back end of my
Okay.
arm.
Well, that's just the damage. I need the attack. It hits.
19.
Reroll your damage. Roll your damage. That D6
Roll the
didn't count.
damage. I will re-roll the 2 with
You'll
my great weapon mastery.
Yes, you will. And go 4. 5.
6 more damage.
6 damage, right. Okay.
6 more damage to it. And then
All
I
right.
will take a step back. Money.
Money because of mobile. He doesn't get the attack back. All right, so you run up, you take the cat up, you stab, and then as you're turning the cat to back up, you just hit it again on the side with the stick and then back up. So that's a lot of damage coming on the Cyclops. Now, also on McGrundon's turn, who else goes on your turn? She's going to sit right there. She's going to pull out an arrow. She's going to let loose an arrow.
Nice.
She's going to mark that target, and then she's going to shoot her arrow.
I like it.
She will
I
hit.
like it.
She will do a D6 and a D8. for not a lot of damage.
And
did I
my
roll?
boy Volo.
And,
will
and your
continue
boy
to
Volo.
hide.
Hold up a second. Let me add up all this massive damage. So she does let loose an arrow. It just barely like sticks in. They seem to have really thick skin. Volo is going to begin to
Continue to be bled on by the.
No, he's on the move.
Always on the move.
He's on the move. Okay, and with that, it is now he's basically going to move and still hiding, kind of looking over. He does.
Smart.
He looks over. He sees Feligar, and he looks. He goes, "Your God is with you. Myliki is with you. Charge! You can do it." He is also inspired.
You can do it.
All right, and with that, the top of the round, we're gonna go to the gigantic Cyclops. And Cyclops number 1, who is in this, we'll go with this one first here. He's going to make his attack with disadvantage towards Finn. Because he's in a fog cloud, he can't see very well. So we're going to take the 9, and then we're going to add another 9 to it, and 18 is not going to hit. And then he will make his second attack with his giant club with disadvantage. And we're going to get the 3, which will not hit. So the fog cloud definitely came into play there because he would have squashed you with both of his attacks. So he's swinging, like basically like blowing through the fog cloud. He's not smart enough to move out of the fog cloud. He's just trying to hit you, and he can't see very well. Now this one here is going to make an attack and hit whatever this thing is to his side. And a 19, I believe, is going to hit the Echo.
No.
Your Echo takes 27 points of damage.
Incorrect. The Echo only has 1 hit point.
And then he's going to step forward and try to attack you. Actually, let me look
The
at
Echo
his...
goes Naruto and disappears.
He actually doesn't need to take a step because his reach is great. He will attack you.
So he didn't enter my reach?
He doesn't have to, no. Does a 19 hit you?
Remember, you got your bonus from Danny's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm at 18.
Yeah. Even with the +1?
It does not work. Yeah, because my AC went down, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no, I'm at 17. I'm at 17 AC. It would have hit me anyway.
Okay.
It would have hit me anyways.
So you're going to take 17 points of damage from the club as he hits you. Make a animal handling check to stay on your mount.
Do that. Where is my character sheet? Oh, that's acrobatics. Sorry.
We'll take the animal
20.
handling. You're totally fine.
I'm 16.
Yeah, you're fine. You're able to stay on your mount, even though you take this huge blow. The dragon scale armor that you're wearing seems to absorb most of it, but you still feel like a lot of bruising from taking this massive club. You gotta understand, these things are massive. I mean, this gigantic Cyclops is just like laying down the hurt with this thing. But they are done.
You said what, 19 points of damage?
Correct.
How much?
Correct. Glendon. 17. It's 17 damage. Glendon,
Right.
It is your turn. You are invisible.
Yes, I'm trying to see if... So,
Invisible.
how steep is this rock he's on?
It's pretty steep. What are you trying to do?
Just get to him.
Now, you can run 60 feet, so you can get to here.
Yeah, you can get like over here.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't know if it mattered if he was higher, if
No.
that added on. Okay. Yeah, we're doing that then. All right. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, I can get behind him then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm assuming the fog cloud is not... It's high, right? So y'all can still
It's
see...
20 by 20 by 20.
But what I'm saying is that it's blocking his vision, not yours.
Yeah.
I figured that's...
Yeah,
what,
well,
so the
even
fog
with
is
the
high.
fairy fire...
Well, it would just negate. But if you put it high
Gotcha.
enough, you can see him. If that makes sense. I got you. Don't worry about it. You get up behind it till you'll have advantage on the attack.
All right.
All right, so you ride up with your unicorn. It's advantage, so roll again.
Eight plus...
It's going to hit. 8 plus 7.
15.
15 will hit.
Oh, nice. Okay. So D8 plus 4. 7.
Okay.
Then I'll swing the second one.
8 plus 7, 15 is going to hit.
All right, D8 plus 4.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you land a couple of blows to its back as you're slashing at it. You're cutting into it, but you're hitting its legs, and even though you're cutting well, he is just thick. It's very big and very thick. Glendon, also on your turn is Feligar. Feligar is going to climb here. Yeah. No problem. And he's going to get to here. And he's going to cast a weapon, and he's going to bless his weapon. And you see it start to glow green.
Nice.
But he is not in attack action yet. So that is his turn. Now it goes to Finn's turn.
Boop. And
Okay.
I'm going to attack.
3 attacks. Go.
First one. It's 2 with the main hand, right?
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
2 in the main hand, 1 in the bush.
Oh, there it goes. 27.
That's a crit. So that'll hit. That'll definitely
Okay.
hit.
Do you want me?
So it's
It
already
already
rolled the
did.
damage. It's 7 plus 1. So it's 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then just roll another d6.
Yeah. Oh, do you have Hunter's Mark on it?
No, because I have the fog cloud as concentration.
I got you. So what's the D6 for?
I thought because it crit.
No, it already rolled it.
Oh, you just double that? I thought you had rolled.
No,
another
look, if
die.
you look at it, hover over it. What's the 7 plus? No, you're right. No, you're good. You're good. So how much total?
Yeah. It's my dex bonus that you're seeing.
That's it.
3.
Okay.
So the second is just 4. So, or do you roll it like you're rolling damage for the weapon again?
You roll like
Or
you're
does it
rolling
get
for the
bonus?
damage. So it would be a D8.
So it'd be 4 plus 3 plus 1.
4 plus 3. Okay.
Well, they're only d6. They don't deal d8.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm thinking spear. I apologize. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. You threw me.
So that's main hand. Then we're going to do another main hand.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That'll hit. So now roll. So
So
it's already in
9.
there. D6. So 9. Is that
Yep.
right? Jeez.
And then I guess the bonus action does it have to be unarmed? Or
It doesn't.
I don't
You-
understand.
basically, you've attacked with the same sword twice. That's your main
So
hand.
now I just attack with the offhand.
Yeah.
Okay, which is just different damage.
The damage is slightly different. It's just a D6 plus 1,
Yep,
basically.
there's another crit.
There's another crit, so we'll take that. So, yeah, see, it's already rolled it. So it's going to be 6 plus 5 is 11 damage. So 65.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So do you have Fangs of the Deep? Is that what this is?
Yes, there's 2
You've
short
got
swords.
2 short swords. Right?
And he's just like, hack,
And they
hack,
have the
hack.
scabbard on the back.
So 2 crits
They have
in
the
that.
underhanded.
Fang of the Deep 1, Fang of the Deep 2.
It's the offhand. All right. So you're slinging the sword. So y'all are basically cutting. The blood is going everywhere at this point. You're cutting into it, but he's just like, "Ugh." He's just very angry and at you and stomping. Now we go to also on Finn's turn is Barnabas.
I got one more thing. I'm going to take a key point to take the defense.
No, that's a bonus action.
Whatever that's.
You've
Oh, it's
already
a
used your
bonus
bonus action. Yeah. Barnabas is going to fire off another guiding bolt with advantage. He will hit and do another 4d6 damage to it. Okay. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Again, it's shooting through it, hitting it, not a problem. It's still just taking an absolute beating. McGrundon's turn.
I will manifest my echo once more right behind this fella.
Okay.
and I got to go full attack mode. So
Okay.
I'll go attack, unleash Carnation for the third attack.
All right.
Though, am I flanking it?
No, you're not. He doesn't count as flanking.
All right, 21, 15, and a Uno.
Yeah, so 2 of those attacks will hit.
Okay, excellent. That'll be 11 and 6 is 17.
Wow. Okay.
And I will take a few steps. Well, can't really take a step back.
You can.
I'll take a step a little bit back.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I do that?
It's fair. It's okay.
20.
It's okay. We're playing loose with it. It's fine. All right. And now, also on your turn, Akoko will take her shot. And she will hit. And she will deal this. And she'll do that. 19, 11, 53. All right. And then, Mr. Volo is going to move up to here. And he is going to call out a last Bardic Inspiration for Finn. You are now inspired. You can use a d6 to attack or to make a saving throw.
Barnabas yells, "You can do it!"
It's like, keep hitting his right leg. It's weak. And finally, I think that's everybody has now gone. Top of the round, we're going to go to the big
Sweep the leg.
The big ones. All right, so he's going to make a step forward. That will provoke your Sentinel reaction.
And also a reaction from my Echo. Because a creature within 5 feet walking away.
That is true.
We'll take a couple of attacks at this thing, though.
Okay.
Can the Echo trigger the Sentinel thing, or
Yeah.
only you?
Let's see.
It's a 10 and 11.
Neither one of those attacks. will hit.
I think only I can trigger the Sentinel, but the Echo has an ability where if something within 5 feet leaves that space,
The Echo
it can
yeah.
essentially get a quote-unquote opportunity attack.
Okay.
Not really, but it's an attack.
All right, so he will make his first big crushing attack, which will be a 12. You'll miss that one. His big second attack will be a 19. A 19 will hit
19
you.
hits.
That will
19
hit.
hits.
It will land true.
Oof.
And you will take... I rolled bad. 8 plus 6 is 14 damage.
It's good for me.
And make an animal handling check. And you're
Animal
blessed.
handling. I am blessed. Losing my sheet. Do that.
You're
plus a
good.
D4.
You managed to stay on the mount. You are totally
Look at
good.
that.
All right. Now, the other one who's in the fog cloud will take an attack with disadvantage on Finn. And a 21. That's going to hit.
Yep.
Take 16, 22 damage. Now make a concentration check. It needs to be 11. The DC is going to be 11.
Is that just a proficiency check, or what is
It's
it?
a constitution saving throw, basically.
Oh, Constitution.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So just roll like a saving throw.
A 19. You managed to hold on to your concentration for the fog cloud. He will make his second attack with disadvantage. He attacks, and he misses with that one. So the
that hurt.
Cyclops have... He wants out of this fog cloud. He does. He's sick of it. He's moving over here. Glendon and Finn both get attacks of opportunity.
Take
You
it.
mean Felgar?
Glendon and Finn will both... Not Felgar. Glendon and Finn will get attacks of opportunity. Glendon will hit. Roll your D8 plus damage. Not a problem. How much?
Wait. Can I smite?
You can smite off of this attack, yes.
All right, we gotta drop this guy. I'm gonna do a level 2.
So
which is what,
3d8 damage on top of what you just did. So you rolled a
rolled a
6,
14.
so it's 6 plus your damage. I think it's 4, so it's 10 plus 3d8 damage.
Right.
Oof.
Oh,
So, hang on. So, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Okay. You do land a giant smite on the back. You do cut him. He's like, "Oh," as he's walking. Finn, did you make your attack as well? But you missed. Okay.
7 + 7.
All right, so
14.
he's out of the fog, but he's still glowing, so he can actually see now.
wait. Yes, you have Bardic Inspiration.
Does that happen on attacks?
You can totally use it now. Roll a d6 if you want to try to hit it.
D6? Okay.
And you will hit.
So 19.
That'll hit.
Hello.
All right, so D6 + 1, since it's with my weapon. Is it main hand or offhand?
Main
It doesn't
hand.
matter.
It's main hand.
All right, so D6 plus my. So that's a 7.
Okay.
Because it's 3 for Dex and 1 for the magic.
Crap, these
These are so thick. All right, so you stab him again as he's trying to get out of the way. All right, that's its turn. We go to Glendon. Glendon, is now your turn.
All right, let's more into the breach. Would it be here or here?
Either way, it's fine. He's
Okay.
huge.
All right. So
Attack
that's
with,
Fairy Fire on, right?
It's still on, so attack with advantage. Oof! Missed the first attack. Second attack.
I tried Bardic. Burn that.
You could. You can. Yeah, because you've got a 12. Roll it.
Right.
That is exactly what you need, a 14 to hit. So the Bardic Inspiration worked. That'll land attack. So roll a d8 plus 4.
Yes.
So 5
Jesus.
total. Okay.
All right.
And second attack. Oh, we got an natty. It's time.
If you smite on that, do you get double of everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
You do. Now is the time to
God.
smite.
Yes.
If there was ever a time to smite, it is now. Seize
let me
the
make sure-
moment, Glendon.
Yell something at him. Something
All right.
poetic.
All right. So what would I don't even can't even do the math here. All right.
All right, do you have a level 2 spell slot left?
Yes.
All right, so use it. It's 3d8. So you're going to do a d8 for the sword, 3d8 for the smite. So that's 4d8, and you're going to double all of that. So it's going to be 8d8.
Oh my God, do I even
Okay,
have
so
to?
just
Yes,
go ahead
you
and
do.
roll
You do need to roll.
8d8.
All right, so that's half of it. So 15. I'll roll that again.
What's your modifiers?
So that's going to be 33 damage plus your modifier normally, which is 4. So it's 37 damage. That is the number that is the exact number that you needed. I mean, to the
It's
number.
unconscious but not dying.
Man.
What does that look like? I mean, that is that's your biggest smite yet. You know, we're 10 games in. You land the biggest smite, stabbing the Cyclops in the back with your new magic sword. What does it look like?
Oh my God.
Give me
man.
some
All
explanation.
right. So I'll have. I was up here.
Mhm.
I've jumped down with the unicorn. The unicorn also spikes him as I drive it down on.
Oh yeah, it's a double spike. I like it. All right. So you end
They
up
strike
dropping.
together.
All right, so as he drops though, like he's rolling off the side of the mountain, like he lands like over here because as he falls, it's massive, and he's kind of going in the direction that you cut him. So he's like, so he basically between that and the push of the unicorn, y'all are able to kind of push him away from falling on your companions down below. Because if he would have rolled down the mountain, that could have killed Volo and Barnabas. But you actually end up pushing him off to the side as he falls down. Also on Glendon's turn is Feligar, who is raging. And he is also going to make an athletics check here. No, he's not raging. I'm sorry. He's not raging. Actually, can he be? 10.
He hadn't got into melee with anything yet, so would he? I thought you had to take. Did they change that where you don't
You have to take a
damage
bonus
to
action.
rage?
He can actually get there. We'll get him there. Yeah, so he can get there because this thing is so big. So he's going to rage. He's going to run up using his athletics. He scampers up the mountain. He's going to run up and attack this thing with its giant axe. He is because he's attacking him and and McGrundon. He will get advantage on the attack. The 18 is going to hit, and he's going to roll his axe damage. He's going to roll his Radiant Zealot damage, and he's going to roll his Divine Favor damage. So 8, 9, 10 plus 5 is 15 damage. Okay, so he comes up with this giant axe, just bursting with this green energy, and just lands it in the side of this giant Cyclops, who now is squarely looking at the giant raging zealot barbarian in front of him. And now that was Glendon's turn. Finn, it is your turn.
We're going to turn and look at this fella and Hunter's mark him.
Okay.
We're going to 10, 20, 30, 40 here.
Okay.
And we're going to attack and attack.
Okay. With advantage.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So none are with offhand since it's just 2 regular attacks.
Right. That'll hit. 22 will hit.
Okay.
So 7
And
damage.
I'll roll a d6 for the Hunter's mark.
Okay.
And then the other main hand.
Hit. So that's 7. Okay.
Okay. And the Hunter's mark.
The monk is really starting to do some damage. All right, good job. All right, so you run up, you stab it twice. Again, kind of hitting the same side that Feligar hit. As you stab it twice, it continues to bleed. It's just, you see it just angrily looking around, trying to decide on what its next target's going to be. Also on Finn's turn is going to be Barnabas. Barnabas is going to...
Slowly walk up the mountain.
From there, he's going to Guiding Bolt.
Jeez.
And he's going to hit it. All right, take 10. And he is now glowing, so the next person that attacks it gets advantage. Actually, y'all are flanking it, but still. For the effect, he shoots another Guiding Bolt. He hits it. He starts radiating energy off of it. And we go to McGrundon.
Nice of y'all to finally join me, and I unleash my breath weapon upon thee.
Oh, yes. Make the deck save for the breath weapon.
DC 14.
Fail.
Excellent.
4d6
what's the
damage. 4d6 damage, yes. You've collected such a hoard of gems that your breath weapon just seems to be a little bit better than it used to be.
Excellent. Like that. 4d6.
Woo!
That's going to be 15 lightning.
15 lightning. I like it.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
All I got.
Akoka's going to take a shot. She's going to hit. So she lets loose an arrow for 13 damage. Whoa. Okay. And then also on your turn is Volo.
Camping out in the shadows.
Hold up.
He's trying. He's trying.
Yeah.
He's the little Volo that could.
They're like John Cena with one eye.
You can't see them. You can't see them.
All right. He runs out and he looks up at the Cyclops and goes, and he utters something out and he says, did you ever hear the one about the hag? And when he says that, the Cyclops looks over and goes,
No.
and he just starts laughing. He drops to his knees laughing, uncontrollably laughing at whatever it is Volo said.
Oh, man.
And with that, it is his turn, and he will lose his turn laughing. It is now Glendon's turn.
I'll move.
You're still on the thing, right? The horse.
Yeah, you move 6. Wait a minute. Do you have Misty Step?
I do.
Because you can move Misty Step.
You can
and
Misty
attack.
Step as a bonus action, and your unicorn will go with you. That you
Would
could
be
do.
60 and 1, 2, 3.
You can get right up on it. Yeah.
You could get right there.
All right.
So far this game, we've seen the invisible Furbolg on the unicorn, and now the Misty Stepping Furbolg on a unicorn. You Misty Step, so now you make it.
This game's got everything.
You got
Ooh.
any spell slots left there?
So I'll use a first level smite.
All right, so it's going to be a D8 for the sword, 2D8 for the smite, doubled, so 6D8 plus 4 damage.
So 29 plus 8, 37.
Glendon, what does this look like?
Mm.
I'm going to turn around and
Kill
go,
him.
why am I killing it? No,
Yeah, I was going to say, why are you killing them both?
gonna be in a
I guess
paladin.
I'm right here. We'll go in like Achilles from Troy, right into the neck.
Okay, all right. So it's already bending over from laughing at whatever it is Volo said, and you just run up and you just charge. You come out of the Misty Step, and as soon as you appear, you jab your sword into its neck, and it just falls over dead. I love all of the work that everybody did for Glendon to come and just like
Mop up.
mop up.
That's how it was with the dragon.
Thanks for the
too.
kiss, brah.
All right. So with that, y'all have defeated the Terrafolk ambush and the Cyclops as well. So that is a huge encounter. Y'all actually managed to conquer this mountain as you're making it up. Now, as you reach the top of this summit, you look over and you can see there's still a little ways to go. There's still some climbing to go, but in the distance, you see something you did not expect. You see the high plateau in the distance, and it is not what you thought it would be. The high plateau is actually the water that comes up from the river actually forms a giant lake in the middle of the island, and in the middle of the lake is another island. There's a smaller island on the inside of the of
Yo,
the island.
dog, I heard you liked islands.
Right,
So is this like a caldera? Is this like a volcano crater that has a lake on the inside?
and you see that
of
in the distance. So that is where you're trying to get. So this is a good stopping point. So we get to the top. You've conquered the Cyclops. You conquered your Terrafolk. You're standing up. You're looking over, and in the distance, you see this giant lake, and you see this island in the middle of the lake. And with that, we will pick up next week. $11. I'm out of hands. 10, 11. Perfect.
All right, awesome.
So let me stop the recording.